Hello there, lovely people. Yes, it's new. We've got a brand new setup. Doesn't it look brilliant? Huge thanks to Canvas Designs for sorting out these canvases for us, because aren't they fantastic? There'll be a link in the description if you want to check them out, because these are pretty good to look at, aren't they? We're not quite finished yet with the setup. There are a few things we need to tweak here and there, but this is basically what it's going to look like. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment down below. It's a hell of a lot better than that corner we just had before. Yeah, that was a bit unprofessional to say the least. And to celebrate, I am wearing a slightly loud shirt. Well, I say loud, it's just sort of flowery. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Let's get straight on to Ask Alex, the show where you ask me your burning Nintendo questions and I do my very best to answer them. Kicking straight off with a big question, WhisperMoon93 has asked me, what makes or breaks a game for me? Wow, that's a big and fairly complicated question. I suppose when it comes to making a game, one of the most important things has to be charm, or a je ne sais quoi is a better way to put it. Something that you can't quite describe, a level of appeal that just can't really be put into words, like Pikmin. It's cutesy, but not overly cutesy, which I like. I don't like things that are trying too hard to be cute. But it's got that dark undertone, that fairly dark undertone, at least with all the Pikmin dying and the starvation that comes, at least in the third one, and in the first one, it's Olimar trying desperately to get back home. It's not a really kid-friendly game in that sense, but the charm comes through. Less importantly, a game has to be visually appealing. Now, I don't mean that it's got to have the highest number of polygons possible. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that a game has to be visually appealing. Not good graphics, but visually appealing, like the original Wind Waker. Those graphics, particularly by today's standards, are not good, as many people would put it. But they are appealing. The cel-shaded graphics, you look at them and you don't think that it's a bad looking game, because it's not a bad looking game, even by today's standards. But the graphics are not good in the sense that they're not high polygon count or next gen or HD or anything like that. But it's just, look at it, it looks great even today. Lastly, and arguably the most important thing, is gameplay. It's got to have good gameplay. That is the basic substance of a game. I mean, there are some games that are a little bit more cinematic, like Another World, but that's still got really good gameplay. It makes you think about it, and it's more about the cinematics, which are, in their own way, gameplay. That probably doesn't make an awful lot of sense. I know what I'm trying to say, and I hope I've got at least a rough idea across of what it is I'm trying to say. As for breaking a game, now, I'm quite optimistic, so I'll have a go at any game, to be honest, but there are certain games that just don't hit it off with me, and that's just the way it is. And if I'm honest, there are two things that can really spoil a game for me. The first one is no sense of love for the game itself. You get some of these games that are really corporate and are designed just to make money, where no real love has gone into it. And I must admit, games like Battlefield 3, I honestly didn't feel that they were particularly fun in that sense. I mean, I enjoyed the games, but they were very corporate about making money. But the latest Battlefield that's just come out, and it's only a little thing, but it has changed my mind completely, has the random reload animations that don't make any sense. And that has just sold the game for me. It just makes it so much better to know that there's a little bit of fun going on there, and that it's not overly serious, and the developers were enjoying themselves when they made it. Secondly, it's glitches. Real game-breaking glitches. Now, yeah, every game has its foibles, it has to be said, but certain games are just riddled with these horrible things that will just ruin your experience, and it just makes me so angry because, well, I was about to say they're easily avoidable, but I'm probably sure they're not very easily avoidable. But I think you should really release a game once all of these things have been ironed out, and unfortunately that's something that people are doing less and less of these days with patches and updates and things like that. It shouldn't be that way. It should be a finished product when you get it. Quickfire questions now, and Yavi has asked me, will there be a 2D Metroid game on 3DS? Oh, you know me well. Yes, I'm a self-diagnosed Metroid nut, as you can probably tell by, yeah, enough said. And, you know, I would absolutely love for a 3DS 2D Metroid game. But do I think it's going to get one? You know, I can love it as much as I want, but that doesn't mean that one's going to come out. Luckily, certain members of Nintendo of Japan have hinted towards there being a 2D Metroid game coming out in the near future. It's very loose, so don't get your hopes up too high, but they did specify the two key areas, as they called them, of Metroid, the two key styles of play. One being obviously Metroid Prime, the first-person 3D games, and the second, of course, being the 2D games that we're talking about at the moment. The fact that they specified and they said that these are really important to them suggests that they haven't given up on Metroid, which is, of course, amazing news, and I wouldn't expect them to give up on Metroid, certainly not anytime soon. But it really does sort of suggest that there's maybe something going on in the pipelines, and we will see a new 2D Metroid game at some point, and I believe it will be on the 3DS, because otherwise we're going to be waiting a long old time, and Nintendo don't like to leave huge gaps in their key franchises, Metroid of course being one of them. Moving on, Oscar has asked me which Pokemon deserves a Mega Evolution, in my opinion. And in his tweet he did suggest Exploud, which is a fantastic idea. I love Exploud, I'm a huge fan of it. I think it looks just crazy with all those sound pipes coming out everywhere, and a Mega Evolution could take that even further. Sound pipes coming out all over, out of its nose maybe, out of its knees. It may already have them coming out of its knees, I can't remember. But yeah, just go crazy, and that's what Mega Evolutions are for. You can afford to go a little bit crazy. I mean, look at Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is such an impractical design. He can't land because he hasn't got any legs. But look at it, it's fantastic. So yeah, do that with Exploud. And finally, Fernando has also asked me a question. Now, this is a question I wouldn't usually answer because it's personal and it's not related to Nintendo at all. But it's Valentine's Day, so I thought, why not? Fernando has asked, am I single? Short answer, no. Long answer, no. I'm very happy in a long-term relationship. And I'm sure she's probably watching at the moment, so hello Lucy! I just gave her name away. Almost forgot to mention, we're currently running a competition to win a limited edition Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate new 3DS XL. Try and say that 5 times when you're drunk. This is open to any UK resident, so there'll be a link in the description. Click that and be sure to enter because it's a great prize and you'll love Monster Hunter, trust me. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like the new setup, let me know with a comment below, and be sure to ask me a question. There'll be a link in the description. Just click that and you'll be well on your way. Don't know what that is, just felt like doing it. And if you like this video, find that subscribe button and, oh, I don't know, knee it in the side. I'm running out of these things to say. And be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye bye.